Hello everyone, welcome to Science Studies YouTube channel. In this video I am going to teach you about social science. In the previous video you have learnt about how new states are formed by reorganization committee. In this video we are going to discuss about four major issues that happens after independence of India. The first one is social and economical change, and second one foreign policy and wars, and third one the succession period, and fourth one green revolution. These four aspects we are going to discuss in this module. The first one, social and economical changes. Jawaharlal Nehru elected as a Prime Minister of India. We have to face number of the problems in new democratic country. So one of the major problem is development of country. The Constituent India called for social, economical and political justice as well as equality status and opportunities. So this call put our country in social and economical changes as a main agenda. So for this, Jawaharlal Nehru set up a planning commission. So the main duty of the planning commission is planning for development of country. The first 5 years plan focused on agriculture and transportation and communication. So the main reason to focus on development of agriculture is we know our country is the main place to cultivation of crops. Due to this reason, the planning commission set up first 5 years plan for development of agriculture. When the agriculture is developed, so automatically some other issues like a classification of the country by depending upon the caste, religion, these kind of issues would be dissolved. That is the main thought of Jawaharlal Nehru, to focus on development of the country by developing agriculture. For this, they consider three major views. Main views are, the first one is land ceiling, and the second one is abolition of Jamindari system, and third one is irrigation. So they focused on these three aspects to success in development of the agriculture. The first one is land ceiling. So land ceiling means our government set up a limited to have lands. The people those have lands more than that limits, that land should be sealed by the government, that land taken out of them, and that land should be given to the poor people or landless people. This is the main concept of land ceiling. So land ceiling means set up a limit to have lands. If they have lands more than that limit, that land should be taken by the government and that land given to the poor people or landless farmers. This is the first concept that is taken in consideration for the development of agriculture in the first 5 years plan. And second one is abolition of Jamindari system. We know already that Jamindari system is allotted by British government to collect taxes from the people. Second focus of the government is to remove the Jamindari system, to abolish Jamindari system, and also to reduce the taxes which are collected by the people. This is the second one. And third one is irrigation, development of the irrigation. When we develop irrigation, that water facility helpful to the people, those or didn't get proper water for the drinking purpose, as well as that irrigated water helps to development of the industries as well as agriculture fields. By watching these all views, they focused on development of the irrigation. For this, first time in our country after independence, Bhakra Dam is constructed over the Satluj in Himachal Pradesh. For this dam, Jawaharlal Nehru poured a first bucket of concrete for the foundation of Bhakra Dam. So this Bhakra Dam is the first dam that is constructed by us after independent India. So this dam fulfill some of the requirements for the water of the farmers. These are the three major views of our Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru. So he faced several against questions, against problems to success in these all factors. So whatever it may be, finally the first 5 years plan is not succeed completely, because even some of the people, those have more land, that land is not completely collected by the government. Even in some place that zamindari system is not abolished completely, and irrigation facility also not provided to in each and every place of our country. Then our government focused on the industries in the second 5 years plan. By developing, by constructing industries in our country, we can provide jobs and works to the number of the people. The construction of the industries helps to development of our country in the way of social and economical. So the second 5 years plan was focused on the industries. This is about social and economical changes. The next one is foreign policy and wars. What is the meaning of foreign policy? So foreign policy means a country having relation with some other country. For example, if you take country A and country B, if the country A maintaining relation with country B, this is called foreign policy. Even we can call that foreign policy as a, if country A not having relation with any some other countries, it is also called as a foreign policy. So our country have to maintain some foreign policies with some other countries, mainly USA and USSR systems. There are two systems, USA system and USSR system. United States of America system is democratic capitalism system. The second one is USSR. USSR means Union of Soviet Social Republic. They are following communist system. If we combine or if we have relation with a United States of America, we should follow democratic and capitalism system. If we have relation with a USSR, we have to follow communist party system. In this time, Jawaharlal Nehru take a great decision, like some other countries how they are following individuality without having any relation with some other countries like Egypt, Indonesia. They are following non-aligned movement. So non-aligned movement means the country not maintaining any relations with other countries. Jawaharlal Nehru also take a great decision to follow non-aligned movement, means not maintaining relation with some other countries. Our country have to face two cold wars, one war with Pakistan and another war with China. So the first war happens in the year 1948 with Pakistan over the Kashmir, about Kashmir. So in this war we are succeed, our country won the war. But in the second war with China, our country army and political leaders are not ready for the war. So due to that, we are defeated in the war with China. In this war, we got much more loss in economical way, the money purpose, as well as we lost number of the people. This is about foreign policy and wars. Now we are going to discuss about the succession period. First Prime Minister of India, the great Jawaharlal Nehru, he expired, he passed away in the year 1964. After death of the Jawaharlal Nehru, criticism and doubts arised among the people whether our country going to follow democracy or same thing happens, removal of the democracy like some other countries. For this criticism as well as doubts, the Congress party successful to allot a great leader after that of the Jawaharlal Nehru, and they chosen Lal Bahadur Shastri as our second Prime Minister of India. Then number of the problems arise and you have to face that problems. One of the main problem is anti-Hindi agitation. Anti-Hindi agitation takes place by the motivation of DMK and some other people combined. They completely talk against to the Hindi language as our country language. For this, number of the people talk against to the government. Some dharnas happens. They burnt number of the Hindi books and they damaged Hindi flexes, Hindi wall posters. Then Lal Bahadur Shastri thought that if we continue like this, it may leads to damaging of unity and equality. So to overcome this problem, Lal Bahadur Shastri announced that each and every people they can start conversation with their own languages. Every state have their own language as a main language, and also he allotted English language also another language to communicate it with others, and also each and every books, mainly civil related books, are printed in English. So this great decision suppressed the movement of anti-Hindi. Then Lal Bahadur Shastri death happens in the year 1966. So this period of time is called the succession period. Now we are going to discuss about the Green Revolution. The next issue is Green Revolution. So the Green Revolution happens in the year between 1964 to 1967. The main concept of the Green Revolution is increasing of the food production of our country. M.S. Swaminathan plays a crucial role in this Green Revolution. This Green Revolution also called as a third agriculture revolution. The main aspects of these Green Revolutions are, the first one is seed varieties, and the second one is fertilizers, and the third one is irrigation. Even our country continuing food production, it is not attained to the sufficient to the people in our country. To rectify this problem, to overcome this problem, the Green Revolution, the Indian technologies focused on these three major aspects: production of the hybrid varieties of the seeds. So by producing hybrid varieties of the seeds, we can get well characterized, very desirable characterized tasty food material with the less time in the less land. The second one is fertilizers. So by using fertilizers, we can get good food production, and also fertilizers helps to grow plants well and kill some other harmful organisms as well as. And the third one is irrigation. So this irrigation helps to cultivation of the crops very well in a huge quantity. The water requirement is very necessary. The water requirement is very more for the cultivation, for the agriculture purpose. To focus on the development of the agriculture, development of the food production, the Green Revolution is started in the ruling time of Congress party. This is about Green Revolution.